wrestling continues. Here comes the shooter. Here comes the shooter, Chandler Hopkins.
Yeah, and the ribs are taped up here. We'll see how that plays in if AJ takes full advantage.
We saw Andrew Jackson required him to sign a release before allowing him to compete for his championship tonight. And here comes AJ Francis, the reality of wrestling television champion. And I gotta tell you, Chris Russo, there have been a lot of doubters of AJ Francis over his illustrious career in professional athletics. I have not been one of them. I have seen the ability that this man has since day one, and it is no surprise to me that he is the reality wrestling television champion.
And for everybody else that's still a hater, there's still room aboard to join. Carolina, that means you.
You want me to be a fan of somebody who is disrespectful to Chandler Hopkins?
Look, that's your reality wrestling television champion.
Thank you, Brad.
I call it like I see it. I call it like I see it. I gotta give credit where credit's due. I gotta give glory where glory is to be given.
That looks so beautiful being held by a man, held in such high esteem. First month. That's it. First class and everything. And for Chandler, I'm still trying to figure out how he gets another rematch.
We're going to go to Eliana with our main event introductions.
The following contest is scheduled for
This is my show. I am the television champion. So before you do anything, you need to know that I will be introduced first. Capiche?
Man, that makes a lot of sense.
the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Reality of Wrestling Television Championship. Introducing first, from Pioneer City, Maryland, weighing in at 330 pounds, he is the reigning and defending Reality of Wrestling Television Champion, the franchise, AJ Francis! And his opponent, the challenger from Amarillo, Texas, weighing in at 195 pounds, the young gun, Chandler Hopkins!
Oh, that's what happens when you turn your back on the champ.
Are you serious? Like, this is the first thing that AJ Francis does to taped up Chandler Hopkins?
No, when you are staring across the ring from a lion, you don't turn your back.
Well, look, Chandler Hopkins already had to sign a release in order to compete here. You see the taped up ribs after the vicious attack from AJ Francis, and really what it was is when we saw that 6-shooter press, we saw how hard Chandler Hopkins landed on his ribs, damaging some. I've heard rumors that he broke a rib or two.
And that is tremendously oh my goodness.
Oh!
That was a super kick.
Watch out!
Wow, watch out. Ooh.
And then you do something like that to damage the ribs some more. I mean, why? Look, I can appreciate the cowboy way, okay? You do it your own way, your own style. It's what got him the championship in the first place.
Facts.
But yet and still, what condition does Chandler Hopkins truly believe that himself at 60% can defeat AJ Francis?
You say why. The why is,
That's why.
gosh, I can totally understand why he signed the waiver, because it's not about an opportunity at a championship. It's about respect.
He'll take the count of victory.
I was just about to say the same thing. He's okay with a count-out victory. A victory is a victory for AJ Francis. Again, the title cannot change hands from disqualification or count-out. But in this case, he can win the match and retain the title by count-out.
Look at that. AJ Francis just a few seconds away from making...
Chandler Hopkins able to come in at the 8th count.
You have to appreciate that Chandler signed the waiver, but he just looks totally injured right now.
Yeah, worse for wear. I could never understand what that tape really does. It's not even the kinetic tape. Don't you wear like a chest protector? I don't know.
Or you want him to have his D'Lo Brown?
Oh, something. But right, look at that. Look at that. It just makes things like that much more. That's it.
Well, he's going to look for it. He's looking for a little money here.
Not to mention the additional prestige. Watch it.
Oh, man.
Not to mention the additional prestige that AJ Francis has brought upon that championship. We're actually going to see that Reality of Wrestling Television Championship on the First Class Penthouse here coming up on Thursday, TNA. That's awesome.
Speaking of television, AJ and I were talking. We were talking about the Lion King, and he said he's the Scar, and that's probably why Bro Nation likes him. They can understand why he's the way he is.
Yeah.
Y'all were talking about Lion King?
We were talking about the Lion King, and I said, well, who is Chandler Hopkins to you? Is he the Mufasa? And he said, no, he's the Zazu. Zazu can fly.
Oh boy.
Oh man, right on those ribs. Oh God, dang. That is painful to land on the hardest part of the ring on some injured ribs already.
Count them again.
AJ Francis willing to take an easy victory and mocking the former television champion.
A lot of guts for Chandler Hopkins, right? A lot of heart, one would say. Hey, listen, to fight when you're not anywhere near 100%, I'll give him that. But not a lot of brains here. AJ Francis knows how to take full advantage. He's doing it right now.
And if you're doing this for respect, he's just getting disrespected right now, completely.
I mean, you can't even properly breathe, Brad, when you've got busted up ribs.
I know, and it's almost when I'm watching just this assault on Chandler Hopkins.
Look at that.
Look, I know we're supposed to be impartial out here, but I'm very friendly with Chandler Hopkins. I consider him a friend of mine, and it's really hard for me to watch this assault from AJ Francis. And AJ has every right to do it. Chandler signed the waiver. He accepted this contest. So I'm not blaming AJ. It's just hard for me to see.
It's hard for me to see too. Chandler just should have never did this, and I don't understand. I mean, I understand the heart behind it, but AJ Francis is just another level type of wrestler.
Well, opportunities don't come around very often at all. And when you have an opportunity for a championship, God, that just hurts. You got to take it, so I understand.
Look at this.
One.
What? At a one? At a one count?
Yeah, that is a headline right there.
Wow.
Chandler Hopkins kicking out after one really shows you the grit that this man has, the young gun, the shooter, the former Reality Wrestling Television champion looking to become two-time.
I don't expect Chandler Hopkins to give up or quit. That's not in his repertoire. He doesn't know how to. But unfortunately, that's going to be a huge detriment because AJ Francis, well, he's going to want to play with his food here.
Well, AJ now looks like he's a bit in pain. He was holding his back just a little bit, and that might help Chandler right now.
arms are tough, but it can't be hitting with full force just by the fact, again, the torque required, those ribs being busted. Oh. Oh, those feet may still work.
I like how Chandler was able to slow down AJ just a bit right now.
What? Oh. Nobody home.
Oh, man. Chandler Hopkins somehow finding some.
Getting the champion off the
Wait,
base.
hold on.
Cover.
Holy smokes.
1, 2. Is that enough? Oh, no.
That may be as close as Chandler Hopkins is going to get. Oh,
Oh,
man.
he's taking off the tape. He's taking the tape off his ribs. I wonder what Chandler is thinking, taking the tape off his ribs.
We're looking for that choke slam. AJ Francis trying to get that choke slam.
What?
Oh, man,
wow.
but look, just look, the extension of that rib cage. Cover. 1,
You
2.
what?
That's
No,
it.
man.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, and yet look at this. Oh man, Chandler Hopkins
Wow.
might be in position for that 6-shooter. The same 6-shooter that got his ribs in the first place.
Cover. 1, 2. Wait, no. Quentin Winters.
Quentin Winters?
What's Quinn Winters doing out here?
What?
Quinn Winters interference here.
Here is your winner by disqualification, Chandler Hopkins. And still, the Reality of Wrestling Television Champion, AJ Francis.
What? Quinn.
Well, maybe this is what that Twitter storm was talking about from Quentin Winters, saying he needs to make some money moves.
Wow.
What better way of making money moves than getting a little taste of first